So in this tutorial, we're going to be looking at HDRI lighting. And what is HDRI lighting? It is basically lighting that you do with HDRI image. So what is an HDRI image? An HDRI image are the images that are, taken, in high dynamic range formats. That's still hard to understand. Okay, let me break it down. Now, on an image, there are degree of brightness and darkness on an image. Now, the measurement of those degrees basically is the dynamic range, or something like that. I don't know how to explain it in layman term for you to understand that. Now, we have JPEG, we have PNG, we have TIF, and many other formats of images. But HDRI actually takes a lot of information, information of light into the image. So it is mostly heavy, and not all device can read them. But in 3D rendering, we can use HDRI images to actually light the scene, the environment, and make it really look nice. Like the image in the wallpaper that you are seeing here is lit with HDRI image. So all the sky that you are seeing, all the clouds, they are from HDRI, and we are going to explore it. Let's start. So our last lesson, this is where we stopped. We used VRaySon to create this image. Now we want to use HDRI to create something similar. It's not going to be the same, definitely, but it can be similar. So this image right here, is it this one? Yeah, was created using the HDRI image. You can see the difference between them. So that's it. That's basically what I'm talking about. So let's start. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start interactive rendering. So then I'm going to disable the sun. I'm only going to have the sky. Then we can go to Cosmos browser, and on the interface you can see HDRI. You can select it, then you can click on that HDRI again and choose day HDRI. So it's going to show you the daylight HDRI images, and there are quite a lot of them, but let's just pick anyone randomly. Maybe this 29 or 31. Why do I want either of these two? It seems like they don't have a lot of cloud. This one also doesn't have a lot of cloud, so let me select it. Day 025. So I just press the green button, and it's imported it into the scene. And you can see it's quite simple, no stress, and everything is already looking good. One thing is, looking at this image, you can already say that some areas are too exposed, so there are some overexposure. How do I know? Definitely I've been working with triggers marks and V-Ray for a while, so I will know whether an image is overexposed. I've been doing visualization now for some years, so I know when an image is overexposed. But for us to know, really, let's enable show click warning. You can see all these areas are well overexposed. There are two ways to handle it. We can reduce the highlight here, but I don't want to do that. The reason is I want to leave all these settings for all the lighting that I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be using some other settings to actually achieve whatever I want to achieve. So I'm going to use the move tool to move the HDRI. That one is not compulsory that you move, but I always like to operate, clearly. And what I'm going to do is, as I select the HDRI, I'll come to the modify tab, and you are going to see multiplier rather. So that is what you use to control the intensity. So I can put it now on 0.8 instead of 1 that it is. It's looking cool, but even though the overexposure around here is gone, on the clouds they are not gone yet. So maybe I should put it on 0.75. And maybe I should leave it that way because it's only the cloud. Maybe if I get to Photoshop, I can actually adjust it a little. So I'll just disable show clip warning, and you can see everything is awesome. So it doesn't take much than that. Really, you are okay, you are good. But sometimes you need to do a little bit work. For example, if I'm not satisfied with this cloud, I don't like too much cloud sometimes. Even though in this, I still like it. It looks okay. But the direction of the sun is, I'm not totally okay with this foreground that is too bright. So I may need to rotate the lights. Now, when you see this icon here, this long line that extends out of that circle, that is the direction of the sun in this HDRI. So if I select it and I come to modify tab, you will see dome lights. Under the dome light, I'm going to enable this icon, lock texture to icon. What that will do is I can rotate this light and the HDRI will be rotated. So I'm just going to click rotate and rotate it like this, and you can see that now the cloud moves, the sun angle is totally changing, and I can play with it until I'm satisfied. Now the satisfaction is yours. You are the one that will determine what you want. So I can continue to play with it and see how everything will pan out. Maybe a little bit, and maybe I can leave it this way. So now I have something similar to the V-Ray that was created, even though it's not totally the same, but yet it's a little bit similar, and you can continue to play with it. There's no rule that says that you should not continue to play with it. It's all about your discretion. So what you think is okay, what you think you should add. But I think I'm okay with something like this. Now, I will say this. The next thing is to trust your judgment from here. One of the things I see here is that the image is blue. It's quite blue. The environment is blue. And I'm going to disable the white balance. Remember, in the sunlight system, real sunlight system, the environment was actually a little bit warm. So I added the blue. Now I'm removing the blue here. So basically that's one way to do it. The other way is to download HDRI in case you look here and you are not satisfied with any HDRI that you see here. Because before they put all this HDRI here, we have been using HDRI lighting without Cosmos then. So let me show you how to do that. So you go to a website called Polyhaven. So let's go to our website, polyhaven.com. When you get there, you discover that okay, there's a website where you can get a lot of HDRI textures and models. So let me show you. For HDRIs, you can see outdoor HDRI, skies, indoor HDRI, studios, sunrise, night, and all that. You can also see textures. So they have quite a number of textures that you can get. Also, they have some models. You can see most of these models are used for painting or for some artistic work, but you get the idea. They have those ones. So I'll go to HDRI because that's the major thing I get from this website. Now, if I go to Sky, they have different ones. These ones are going to be released in the next 1 week, but if you like it and you want to get them, you can get early access, just for around $3 or thereabouts. But if you wait the next week, definitely you are going to download it for free. There's one particular HDRI that I've downloaded from here, and that's what I use the most. So the name is, this is the name. I don't know how to pronounce it, but this is the name, and this is the particular one that I use. You can see it was actually uploaded 6 years ago. So now how to load it, I'm going to show you. Come to this toolbar here, V-Ray toolbar here, and choose dome light. You can see create V-Ray dome light. Just place it, and you can see automatically you have this. It still doesn't make sense yet. So what I'm going to do is to quickly set the intensity to just show you how it works. So let me set the intensity to 30, and you can see it is bright even though there is no sky, there is nothing inside it, but that's the way it works. So now I want to put sky map inside it. The HDRI is the sky that I want to put inside. So what I'm going to do is I will scroll down and you're going to see maps. So under no map, you click it and choose maps, and you see V-Ray. I choose V-Ray bitmap. Automatically, if it's told you to go and load it, it will direct you to download it. And I'm going to go to desktop, V-Ray series, and I've downloaded the HDRI here. One of the things I need to tell you about this website is when you want to download, for example, let's say you want to download this, you will see that there are different sizes. So by default, it is on EXR and it's on 4K. So EXR 4K, and I personally like to download 16K. That's going to be quite big, but I still prefer it. I think it gives me really what I want. So then I choose HDR format, so it's almost 400 MB. Then when you are through with that, you just click download. So now what I'm using here is a 16K. I see 16K is written on it, so but I'm okay. So I'm going to bring it in, and it's going to make it a little bit worse because it's a little bit dark. The dynamic range is quite funny, as you can see that it's bright air but the sky is dark. Well, you don't have much to do than to change the intensity multiplier. So I'm going to change it to maybe like 15, and you can see the way it looks. I'll set it to 30. I guess the 30 is good. So I'm going to lock the texture to icon and rotate just like I did for the one that I got from Cosmos. So yeah, I think this one is nicer. You can see how it brings all these leaves to this position, and I'm quite cool with that. I think I still like this cloud the way it is, even though I would have preferred not to have too much clouds, but sometimes you have it. Like here now, you can see the way it looks here. So I can continue to play with it, but I think I'm okay with this. I think I'm okay, really with this. It's perfect, it's fine. One thing I can do also is maybe to desaturate the sky a little bit. I don't want this much blue. Now this is extra, I don't have to do it, but let me show you how to do that. So you open your material editor, then you right click on the material editor and choose maps and choose general maps and choose color correction. So definitely the name is straightforward, color correction. It means that you use this to correct color. Which color do you want to correct? The color on the HDRI, this HDRI, you will need to drag it and drop it here as an instance. Why as an instance? Is because whatever you adjust here will be applied to this slot. So I'm going to join them together by attaching the nodes, and now this is the one that is controlling the color now. because it is the one that is controlling the color, so I'll put it here. You get the idea now. And one major thing I can do is to desaturate. You can see under saturation. So, but when you desaturate, it means that you are desaturating all the colors on that image, and that's not what I want to do. So I'll leave it back. I just want to reduce the blue on that image. If that's what I want to do, then I'll go advanced here, and you can see on the RGB I will enable the B, which is blue. So RGB means red, green, blue, and I'm going to reduce the blue a little bit by maybe 90. Now that does not mean that the blue will not be there. It just means that you have removed the blue a little, and you will notice that the image becomes a little bit warmer. So be careful, because this blue can be deceiving you. It is the overall effect on the image that is, most important, not this particular color. So you can see the image is a little bit warm now, even though the background is still blue. So because of that, I'm going to make it like 95. So I think this is perfect for me. You can see it's not too warm, it's not too cold. Everything seems to be going the way I want it, and that's all for the HDRI image. So in the next lesson, we are going to be looking at materials. Thank you.